Guess.
Yes, please.
So 3, 2, 1, go. So hello everybody, this is Sonic Unleashed. This game is really fast, as you will probably notice soon enough. I will try to explain everything as it happens, but there is a lot to explain. Oh hey E-Dragon, what's up dude? Also this game has a lot of loading screens and cutscenes, but thankfully we can skip the cutscenes at least.
Ready?
So first, I'm gonna be drifting here at the start of the stage because it's faster than just running. Don't mind that, I'll explain it later. But yeah, this is the tutorial stage. There really isn't much to do here, just finish it and that's all. Takes about half a minute. Okay, so the first thing I will do here is QSS, which is Quick Step Slide. So if you quick step while you're sliding, you just keep gaining speed with every quick step. So I'm gonna use that a lot. Also, I jumped over the goal ring. That's pretty cool. But yeah, QSSing is really easy, and it's usually when you're in like one of those quick step areas, it's the best thing to do. So now we have a town area, and here I'm gonna pick up some medals because I will need them to complete the game. Also, town movement is very awkward, and there's a lot of people in your way, so you usually end up hitting them. So, as I said, this game has a lot of loading screens, because now we get to the entrance area, and then we go to the stage, which is another loading screen. So, thankfully, at least I'm playing this game on an SSD. If I were playing from disk, these loading times would be like 20 seconds longer. Maybe not quite that much, but it's pretty insane. So again, I need to pick up these medals to complete the game, so... I don't need to pick up all of them, I just need to pick up 120 sun medals and 80 moon medals. So there's a lot of routing involved, because there's 400 medals in total, so I basically need to get half of them. So here there's a lot of stuff in your way, so you really want to be boosting and drifting. You can also quick step, but I'm just more comfortable with boosting. Yeah, a bit. But for most people it's not nearly this fast. Okay, so I guess this is where I'll explain M speed. So when you hold the control stick slightly forward, or whatever direction you want to go, and then you boost to get a lot of speed, and you jump, you will keep gaining speed until you're at like 3.5 times your normal boosted max speed. So that's the main way of going fast in this game. You can also do it in a 2D area, and then it's called D-speed, directional speed. So hopefully I can show it off here. This is kind of awkward to do without having Stomp. Okay, right there, I was going really fast for a little while. You can actually make it all the way over here, but it's pretty tricky because you jump from a downhill slope, and then that kind of sends you downward. Also, yeah, don't mind that. That's a restricted 3D area, so you can just drift into the wall and you will always keep going forward. So just hold drift and that's it. You go fast. So, quick time events are also a pretty common thing in this game, so you'll be seeing a bunch of those. So that's not really a great time, but it's whatever. So you also notice that I have experience there and stuff I can level up. So that's what I'm gonna try to focus on in the next stage, because next will be a night stage where Sonic transforms into the Werehog. And that's basically what this game is infamous for, because not many people like it. So generally you move slower and it's more combat based, as you will see later. But if you know what you're doing, you can still go pretty damn fast. It also helps to have like max level strength and combat, so you have extra moves to help your movement and just fight. But first, more loading screens. So this is the first night stage. I will be doing... for every area there will be one day stage and one night stage. There are more of them, but they are optional, so I skip them. The only thing I have to do is just get enough medals in the main stages, and that's enough to beat the game. And also, this is kind of the tutorial area for the night stages, so I will be stopped a bunch of times to get hints from my friend Chip. There will be 9 of them. If I... Well, it kind of depends. Eggman Land is both a day and a night stage, so... Kind of depends on how you see that. But yeah, it should be 8 or 9 depending on that. And there's also boss fights for both day and night. I believe there's... let me see, there's 3 day bosses. And 3 night bosses as well. If I am not forgetting any. I could have sworn he died already. But that's kind of a shame that you have to kill all the enemies to keep on moving. That's why it's important to level up your strength pretty soon into the run. But there's also a lot of optional fights. Like if I go in there, there's a medal, but there's also an enemy that spawns, so it's kind of a waste of time to get. And this room, you can just walk to the lever and they are too busy waving their hands around. Okay. Okay, I got it. That medal is pretty... yeah. Yeah, that medal is pretty difficult to get. The perspective just kind of makes it difficult, and it's pretty tight as well. Like, you have to jump at the very peak of the platform's height, and you have to be precisely in the middle. So in this area, there's also enemies you have to fight, but you only have to kill the big ones. Which is pretty helpful, because the small ones just take forever because they keep running. Oh, he is still alive. And I'll also wait here to get the experience from him, because I need to do some level ups. So, more enemies, you can just run past them, no problem. Okay, so right here I go into this corner, and this is where I do my level ups, because I'm looking right at the wall, which makes the game not lag as much, which makes this menu a lot faster. So that's a pretty nice way to save some time. Yo, Pipa, thank you for the host. So yeah, those first enemies are really weak. You can just throw them at each other and they will die. But these red ones have a lot more health and they dodge all of your attacks. They are just the worst thing ever. But they were being nice today. And it also helped that I have the donkey kick combo, which deals a bit more damage, and I leveled up my strength to level 2. So here are the stone keys that I have to put them to their place to open the door. You can actually clip into the wall there and just keep having to move the stones, but it's not really single segment friendly. I can barely do it in IL. And it's also nice to get the experience here, and there's also some medals, so that's always nice to have. Okay, that should be enough experience for the rest of the stage. So I only skipped 2 medals in this particular stage because they're all pretty fast to get. But in the later ones I will be doing some bigger skips that it will just save time over getting the medals. So routing this took a lot of time, because you have to consider like how much time does it get to get every medal, are there any skips that you can do, would that be worth doing if you're missing medals. That's the main reason I think people don't run this category. Most people just run all day stages or only ILs. Yeah, for some reason he gets very stretchy arms when he turns into a werehog. Yep. Yeah, it's called a werehog, which doesn't really make sense, but it's all good. Yeah. But a werewolf is like half human, half wolf, so... But it would be... It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, Edgewolf, I guess, yeah, that would be the best thing, I guess. So if you kill one of those big guys with a quick time event, they will drop 50% extra experience, I believe. So that'll allow me to level up my combat to level 5, which gives me a pretty useful move. And I'll also have 1 level for strength, which I'll get to later. Yeah, this is the one of the first auto-scrollers. There's only 2 of them, but it is 5 minutes long, so... Like, during ESA this will be donation time, but now I'm not really sure.
We have a $10 donation from Unknown.
It says, wait, I donated? How? What?
So yeah. Yeah, like this is where I just tell people to go get a drink and stuff like that, because it's literally just pressing buttons for 5 minutes. Well, alright then.
It's really cool to see you guys break the games I played as a kid.
Yep, gotta have that one. I am definitely gonna break this game in many ways. But yeah, this is not like a full auto-scroller, because you can save a few seconds by doing this quickly, but it's barely anything, really. And then there's also these sections where you're not doing anything at all.
Thank you guys for making my birthday.
I'm also gonna take damage sometimes throughout this section, because if you don't take damage, there's a trophy for that, and even if you already have the trophy, I believe it wastes some time trying to unlock it anyway. So if I just take damage, then that'll save a little bit of time. But again, it's no big deal. So much hype. I know, I can't contain my hype for pressing buttons. I'm not sure if doing every QTE faster actually saves time, but I think the ones where the camera pans to the side, like if you clear those, it'll immediately pan back forward and it spawns the next enemies. No, they're random. So, yeah, I do. But it's not like I have, it's a very tight window or anything, it's like, they give you so much time. Depends. If you miss one of their missiles, then it will hit you, but if you miss one of the enemies, it'll just fly past.
Damn.
So, yeah, like, I can just miss most of these and it won't waste time. But I'm just gonna... For some of them, yes, but some of them I think it doesn't matter. Like, they kind of come in sets, so... It's very difficult to tell because there's no timer here, so it's difficult to... Like, I guess I could just take 2 videos side by side, but I'm too lazy for that. Then you waste some of your energy and then you get to try again if the quick time event is not over yet. Like if I just press buttons here, you will notice some... Well, okay, not here. No, there is some cooldown after pressing buttons, so you can just press everything and then get everything as soon as possible. But yeah, if I press the wrong button, it just does that. Waste some energy, that's all. Not like you're ever in danger of running out of energy, because they give you way too much, and you can even regenerate it by pressing the short buttons.
So I'm gonna go on it.
There is no IL for it. Well, there's only a score IL. And it's stupid. Yeah, like when I did this, I was just pause buffing every QT to get them as soon as possible. And it's very, very tedious. Yeah, like there's no way you could respond quickly enough otherwise. Especially when they're on top of each other. So you can't see the one behind it. So you have to wait for the missile to actually hit the enemy and then you can see the next one. Okay, so I just need to do 5 more hits on him. 113, that's a pretty standard time. I usually get around 111, I think. I saved 2 seconds because this timer counts down. But, I don't know, I guess I did some QTEs faster. It's... I don't know. So yeah, it's finally over, but now you get this long cinematic cutscene of going to the city. New record! Got a C rank. So now we have to see Professor Pickle, and we have more awkward tongue movements. Like if you're just walking, it's fine, but if you're trying to go fast, you need to spam homing attacks, but you will hit literally everything. Yep. So now we get a cutscene explaining that Professor Pickle is not here, and we have to talk to some townspeople to find out if anyone knows where he is. So this run has some downtime in the town areas. So I used to talk to a little boy over there, because he has 1 less text box than this girl, but talking to her lines me up nicely to just quickly go to the exit if I don't hit everything. So with the text menus, if you press every button or the D-pad, it will advance the text, because if you just mash A, there's a bit of a cooldown on it. So if you press it quickly, it doesn't do anything really. So you just have to press all the buttons.
Welcome back, Grandma.
Yep, so now we have another night stage, and then after that we'll have 2 day stages. So that's the way it's going in the start of the run, just 2 night stages, 2 day stages, and then it kind of alternates. So this part is kind of silly, because they want you to push this block to get on top of the platform. However, you don't need it at all. You can just jump it. You don't even have to run, you just jump. Come on. Good. So there's also some funny glitches you can do as the Werehog, but there's not really any useful ones in this stage. Well, there's a bit of a shortcut, which will be in the next room. But there's also a combo that allows you to keep flying as long as you're in Unleash mode. But because I don't level up nearly that much in the run, you won't be seeing that. But it allows you to skip almost an entire level. If you're in Unleash mode, you will do your attacks faster and they will deal more damage. And you're also immune to damage yourself, so that's pretty helpful. I want to use it as much as possible in combat. Whoa, get the medal.
So like starting your forward.
No, you just have to activate it and it runs until the bar is empty, and then you have to collect more Dark Gaia power. So right around here is another medal behind a bunch of pots, which are very strong. So here's another mandatory fight, but with level 2 strength and you don't kick combo, and because you can shield the combo to end it quickly, you can take care of these guys very easily. But the flowers are kind of pain, because they don't go toward the rest of the group. So now we just throw this guy a switch and get the medal. And while we wait, we go down there to get another moon medal. So that's basically the theme of this run, is just try to go as fast as possible while getting enough medals. Like, I have all the medal locations in my head, so if I ever miss one that's in my route, I can still make up for it pretty easily. But it does require some on-the-spot thinking. Hello? Targeting? That's annoying, because he doesn't respawn quickly. And you can hit the next one from all the way down here. So that saves a little bit of time. So if you jump off of those poles at the bottom, you will have the most speed. So you generally want to jump from there and then just immediately jump onto the next pole. Just like minor optimizations. So I have to get that medal. Well, I don't really have to. It looks slow now, but there's also an attack power up here. So now that I'm glowing orange, I deal extra damage, so I can just kill them in one combo. So in the end, it does save time to just go up there. And I'll just get rid of this guy just in case, because he really likes to snipe me while I'm pulling these things. Don't even have to pull them all the way up. That should be high enough. Or I can just run off without jumping. That should make it. Like, he has pretty long arms. There you go. Nope. So the intended way to do that is to push the block onto the top platform, then move it up, and then you have to climb up onto that. So that wastes a lot of time. This is a lot better. Now I go into Unleash mode, and that should allow me to take all of these guys out with one combo. Unless the targeting decides to switch targets in the middle of the combo. The targeting is kind of annoying sometimes. There's a bunch of these enemies. They can't do anything as long as you do this. So get all the experience and into the gold ring. 4 minutes, that's a relatively long time for a stage time in this game. The day stages are usually a lot shorter, and they usually have pretty big skips in them. The next stage won't have any big skips, but it is really fast paced, as they always are. But first, more cutscenes. So now we get to this Begonia town at night, so there's more medals to get, which you can only get in that specific time. So, in here. And that reminds me, I forgot to get the medals in the daytime, but that's cool, because I'll be here a few more times. So it's really no big deal. And we just run to the exit. So this is where we get to the world map. And of course we need to have a tutorial for that, so we just mash through this. But we still have to follow the steps. Wait until daytime. There we go. So again, I have to get some medals here, which I couldn't get at night. Which is kind of annoying, because in the entrance areas you can get all the medals at both day and night, but in the towns it's only one of them. So why was I turned that way? And as long as you press the jump button in time there, you can keep jumping. It's useless, but you might as well while the game is saving. So now we get to Savannah Citadel Day, and this is where I'm gonna use more M speed, which I should have explained already, I think. But yeah, if you just hold slightly forward on the control stick, then get some speed and jump, you will keep accelerating until you hit about 3.5 times your normal top speed. So that'll look something like this. So this is pretty standard. And should be the same thing for 2D here, but it's a pretty precise jump on PS3. On Xbox 360, the M speed and D speed is a bit more powerful for some reason. So they can just do that a lot more easily. Also, I need that medal. Nice homing attack. Yeah, that happens in this game. Sonic just misses his homing attacks. And that's not D speed. So let's actually get the medal this time. There we go. And here, the moon medal. And more Q assessing, because what else are you gonna do? Not really, no. Although drifting does speed you up, so in a way that's kind of like MTSing maybe. Yeah, drifting allows you to go like 1.5 times as fast as your normal top speed. Yeah, I think it's 1450 speed. At least that's what I always get when I hit checkpoints like that. I assume that's the max. It's kind of difficult to get like the precise speed values without having an emulator or anything like that. So yeah, more M speed. These sections are really trivial. Now I want to fail this QTE so I can do a D-speed down here and get to the springs a lot quicker. If I go into the rails, D-speed is a bit weird from that. So if at all possible, I just want to stay on normal ground, and a backwards homing attack onto the springs, which are not meant to hit, will send me right to the end. Yep, it's always a new record. Always. Only D-speed's acceleration is faster on Xbox. Okay, cool. Yeah, Modernus knows a lot more about how exactly things work internally. I just press buttons. Like I'm not an expert on exactly how stuff works. But for this medal I want to go slightly to the right of the lane because it's off-center. So this boss you just boost into him. Also, I need ring reviews. I want to be in the middle here for medal. So you can actually upgrade your ring energy bar, but those levels are better off being spent on the Werehog, because the combat and the strength levels are just too useful. Now hopefully I should get him before he goes into 2D, because this boss has a 2D phase. Except I ran out of ring energy, but it's good. I got a homing attack. So I did miss one moon medal there, but it doesn't matter much because there's a lot of them and you need only 80 of them as opposed to 120. So in that aspect you can miss them and not worry about it too much. So, oh yeah, by the way, the world is kind of in pieces. I forgot to say that. So, it should get restored in a moment. Do we not get this cutscene? Should be. I guess not. Fair enough. But yeah, X-Men kind of... Oh shit. If you mash A, you will not immediately be able to press the top option. You have to go down and then up to get it quicker. But I kind of messed it up there. But yeah, the world is kind of in pieces because Eggman woke up Dark Gaia. And that kind of just destroyed the world. Yeah, it's a pretty standard thing. And also don't question why the water doesn't just go into the Earth's core. It's just kind of stuck there. The metal there. Because physics. Yeah. And also don't question why nobody died when the world exploded. Like you'd think that such a high speed of just leaving, you know, getting away from the Earth's core would damage something, but nah, it's all good. Yeah. So,
We have nothing built on like the bridge for
yeah, it's all just water. So yeah, I just got the stomp shoes, which are pretty useful. So with the stomp shoes, well, first of all, you need them to activate the switches, but it speeds you up, believe it or not. Like, you can use it to stop your momentum, you can also use it to speed up. Yeah, like, you need a lot of speed to go into D-speed, so that's what I use it for. Also, there's a break jump glitch that almost went wrong. I should explain that. A break jump glitch is when you do M-speed into a 2D area, and it just keeps speeding you up, unless you cancel it with a air boost or stomp or whatever. But yeah, it just keeps speeding you up until eventually you'll go out the map or even crash your console. So you have to be careful about that, but that's BJP is pretty safe. Okay, next section is really random how much speed I get. Please be good. Nope. Indeed it is, and there's gonna be another one. Yeah. Also, I missed the top half, which is unfortunate because there's a sun medal up there. But I have a few backup medals I can get. No big deal. You can actually get a lot of speed on a bobsled. It's just random how much you get when you land. Sometimes it's insane, sometimes it literally gives you nothing. Also, you can really easily just go around this area, and there's not a whale. And we just kind of... Yep, pretty much. So as long as you hit that trigger, you get teleported onto the whale, because they don't expect you to hit it from that side. So here's another instance where you need Stomp to progress. And a nice D-speed there, to just jump over all that. And back onto the bobsled. So yeah, when you're running the stage, there isn't a whole lot of time variance that you can get, because the bobsleds are pretty much set. Like, you can save a bit of time, but it's not very significant. It's mostly just about not hitting the ramps or dying, because the ramps give you a specific amount of speed, which is less than the default. Also, I was meant to hit one of those ramps, but I forgot because I was talking about how I don't want to hit them. Because yeah, one of them has a moon meadow up there. It's difficult to think about these things when you're talking or rambling. Yeah, there's another moon meadow at the end here, which you can actually miss. It's difficult, but you can miss it. See, I'm gonna have to get some new record.
Come here.
But yeah, Xbox 360 is definitely recommended if you want to run full game. Because even though my PS3 has an SSD in it, it's still slower than 360. Like, it's crazy. So, next up we have Rooftop Run Night. But I'm gonna enter a day, because normally you would have to see the professor to open the gates to the actual level, but you can jump over that if you do it right, which is difficult, so I hope I can get it. But first, get the medal. Okay, so M speed in town areas is a bit weird and unpredictable. Okay, first try, that's nice. Sometimes it takes me like 10 tries to get in there, and sometimes you die trying to get in there because M speed is too good. So now we transform into the Werehog and then we go to the night stage. And this stage is very broken. And you'll see soon enough. So you need Moon level 2, which is... I don't even know. I only know the relevant numbers, 120 and 80. I believe it's 20 medals for level 2. So at the start of the stage I'm gonna do a small skip, because if I go straight forward there will be a battle that spawns, and the enemies still spawn, but this time the purple wall doesn't spawn, so I don't get stopped, so I don't have to kill the enemies, which is really nice. I can just skip all of that. But this is where things get broken. And I hope I can get this because it's a bit finicky. There we go. Second try, it's not bad. So... yeah, it's just really broken, don't mind. It's a Sonic game, so it's expected to be broken. Okay, and we are back. So, all these buildings are still here, but you can walk into them. It's no big deal. So that just skipped pretty much all of the stage. Now I just have to climb up here, and that's all. Superman 64. Yeah, I would say that's broken. Yeah, it's really easy to go through the walls. You just use that one combo and you shoot it at the right time and you are into the wall. Or the floor, which will probably happen at some point in this run, because I will be doing a few more of those. Hello? Rabbits. As I said earlier, the targeting has issues. That's true. So, normally you are meant to spin that thing around to climb up onto the block and just walk over it. But... oh, it happened.
Are you stuck?
I am stuck. I am permanently falling, so I have to restart the entire stage.
Does it happen often?
It's happened once before, and that was actually in my PB run.
Now it's unlocked.
Yep. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. Because if I just died, I would have respawned right up there, but you can't die because you're stuck. Almost. Nope, that would be nice. Get in there. Come on. It is frame perfect, yeah. But even then, I shouldn't be missing it this often. Okay, usually it helps if I switch the camera for some reason. Like, I'm not sure why the camera affects anything, it just does. I was in there for like 1 frame. I don't think it's happening. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, I'll just kill the enemies, and hopefully that'll make it a bit easier because the targeting is annoying. So that just wasted a bunch of time, but now I should be able to get in there first try. Yeah.
With a 10k HP camera, so 1 frame is not much.
So you can also go through the floor here and die. Almost like that. It's really scary because sometimes you literally just stand upside down and you should be dead, but for some reason you can get back up like that. This trick is not being nice to me right now. There we go, finally. So I guess I just won't go for it at the top of the tower just in case it happens again. Because I don't trust this game at all. Yeah, it did. About 2 minutes, because after that I did get this stage perfectly, like almost everything first try, so that's about 2 minutes. Yeah, my PV is still not very optimal. I haven't been grinding it a lot. And there's also been new strats that have been found, so I have to update my run a bit. So right now the record is 2:36.11. It could go sub 2:30 with an amazing run, but I don't think that's gonna happen. ESA, yep. Also, I said I wouldn't go for this. At ESA, I would be happy with like anything sub 245, I think. Because 245 is still pretty decent considering how many things can go wrong in this game. Like getting stuck into the floor. Oh yeah, they also can't block these enemies. It's extremely annoying because there isn't a lot you can do. It just wastes so much time. So let's see. Oh, that's like 1.5 minutes slower than it should be. Anyway, let's upgrade strength one more time, because next up we have a combat section. Also, the cutscenes are gonna be a bit messed up because I entered the stage before I was meant to. So there's meant to be a cutscene when you first enter this town area at night, but I skipped that, so that will be later when I re-enter the town after going into the lab. So if you actually look at the cutscenes, that it just makes no sense, because first Amy finds out like, oh hey, so that Werehog is Sonic. But then when you see the stored cutscene, it's like, was that Sonic? She just totally forgot who Sonic is. Oh yeah, also when you knock down enemies they despawn faster, so you usually want to do that for the last enemy in the pack. So that was one of the exorcisms. There's a few more in the... There's, I think about 11 or 12. Yeah, I think there's 12, because there's 3 in Apotos and 2 in Spagonia, I believe, and then 1 in every other area. So now we get the flashlight to... the camera to use it ourselves on people, but we don't need to finish the game. So just go there for a medal, and now we go to the lab, because we have to see Professor Pickle again. That's also a pretty common theme in this game. You have to see Professor Pickle after almost every stage, just to unlock the new areas. So with all of these loading screens, it just really adds up a lot of time. So 360 just saves so much time. Indeed he does. Also, it's a bit too hot to be wearing this.
You want the airco on?
Nah, I think it should be fine now. But yeah, there's Amy, thinking she recognizes Sonic, but then she's like, oh no, wait, that's not him. And then in the next cutscene, which already happened, she's like, So that is Sonic. And then he talks to the professor to figure stuff out. But yeah, next up we have Dragon Road Knights. This is a pretty short stage. Like, even without shortcuts, it's like 2 minutes. So, there is a person in the way there, so we need to get permission to go into the stage. Also, this place is really laggy, like the entire menus are just slowed down. It's kind of insane. And here... Hello? Hello? Please? Okay. So yeah, this is Wang, and he is standing in the way.
Wayne getting beating.
Yep.
Wayne being a whipping, man.
Wayne getting beating.
So again, this place is really laggy. A lot of the night stages are, though some of the day stages are as well. Especially in Adabat, which we'll get to later. If this was on PC, this would be so nice. There is the Unleashed project for Sonic Generations, but that still has the Generations physics, which I don't like as much. And it's also only the day stages, and not the night stages. So that's half the game. So, right behind me is a medal. It's really easy. Like, some of these are not hidden at all, and some of them are just a massive pain to find. When I was first trying to get all the medals in this game, I just had to look up some of them because they are so annoying. Yeah. I'm actually not sure if I found that myself or saw someone else get it before I did it. Yeah. So yeah, we just go through the walls there and go around the door, hit the checkpoint, and then die. So I should not be forgetting these. So because I skipped that door, there's no enemies here. There's meant to be 4 enemies that spawn. Hey, the door didn't spawn in. That's also a thing that happens sometimes. There's meant to be a breakable door there, but sometimes it spawns, sometimes it doesn't. There seems to be no reason for when it does. Or doesn't. Yeah. Also, who needs walls? Like, you can just go around it, no problem.
Oh, no problem.
He is pulling the pole, which is then gonna launch him upwards because... Dang, dude. And by going up on the left side of the roof, you skip everything spawning here.
I wasn't going to say pretty at this point. Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does make some weird noises.
Gorgeous himself.
Japanese voices, yeah.
Indeed. I just prefer the Japanese voices.
Because of that.
No, there's several reasons. Like, I could...
Including that.
No. Also, because I missed some medals earlier, I'll go over here, hopefully not die. And get this some medal here, and medal here. Usually I wouldn't go for that, but I was a bit behind. Okay, 2 minutes, even getting all the medals. One of the shorter night stages. Exactly, Sid. That's the reason I don't use English voices. Because Sonic constantly shouts, "Woo! Feeling good!"
Oh,
And several other things.
what's up?
And now what he does.
Not much of anything. He just makes noises, but they're not quite as obnoxious. So you just throw water at him. Now he should go over to this one, if he's nice, but he's not. Usually he's pretty predictable, but I messed it up this time. So, more QTEs. Yep, that's also something a lot of people notice. Like, whenever you're playing one of the bosses, people are, in general are like, oh hey, I hear the doorbell. Did you order pizza? He's meant to go to the right. Why did he not? Yeah, this guy is meant to be really predictable, but for some reason he is doing stuff differently. Yeah, you just have to hit him before he does his attacks. Because the attacks will destroy the water barrels, even if they're in the air. And right in the balls. Okay, this guy just gets beaten 3 times.
One question though, why is he using his foot when he has spikes on his fucking feet?
That's a good question. I have no answer.
Like, what?
Also, I should get no. Wait, I'm missing one. Oh, yeah. And indeed they do. They definitely hurt. Hopefully I can get him before he does his attack. Nope. So this attack is just a wall of pain. So this fight was pretty much a mess because he was not doing what I was hoping for him to do. That's kind of a theme with the night bosses. They're just really unpredictable and annoying. So we just press more buttons here. And slam him down.
Goodbye, son. Stay flank.
So you just destroy him completely. And that's right. Yay. Nah. He turns good again after this. It's just Dark Gaia's power turning him evil.
Y'all keep saying ass again.
So that's the second piece of the world restored. And again, don't question why the water doesn't drip down. It's all good.
I got the water on good
Don't question it. Like, this game doesn't make sense for many reasons. And more cutscenes. So I'm gonna aim my camera down here to reduce the lag.
Oh.
That's actually a thing.
Screens are not 2 minutes for fucking loading.
No, not quite. If I were playing on disc, it would be insane. It would really take twice as long.
You're comparing it to
So now we have to go back to see Professor Pickle, and we can go to Rooftop Run Day. Wait, this is not Naruto? Damn. Also, I did not mean... Those are some weird steroids. I'm literally talking to everybody. I'm just trying to jump and homing attack, okay? God damn. That's 3 people.
No time to be social.
Nah. Gotta go fast. There, you just talk to him saying, no, I'm good, and you leave again.
Eyebrows are real.
Yep.
The eyebrows, they are real.
Like, if they weren't real, then he wouldn't have eyes, because that's all he has. So yeah, now that the gate is actually opened, we can just go in here without doing some stupid stuff with M speed. Also, switches are stupid. That's also a really good homing attack. I love when that happens. The laser. Yeah. Like, unless you Well, it depends. Sometimes you can grab the thing early, sometimes you can't. It's weird. Oh, that's a lot of people on chat. Yo, what's up, Diamond and Vivi? Let's talk to some people in town. Indeed. Did I not grab?
No, you didn't grab it.
Okay, I might just be stupid.
I'm not gonna confirm that.
It's okay, I already know.
Just confirming it.
Doubly dumb. I'll take it. So, Rooftop Run, the stage everybody knows. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do that because that skips a lot of medals.
Oh yeah, of course.
It is technically faster, but you need to get it like within half a minute, and without having your air boost, it's extremely difficult to set up. So just don't bother. So now you actually get to see the stage. I meant to homing attack that robot to kill my speed. It's all good. And then we have another moon medal right over here. Okay, there's a lot of automation here, but not even pressing anything because it doesn't respond. So, D-speed. Nope, no D-speed. And this is where things start despawning for some reason. This only happens on PS3. And it happens consistently. And it's not because I'm going so fast, because even if you just normally boost through there, it happens.
The funny thing is,
Yeah, they just didn't bother to optimize anything. Oh yeah, I've kind of forgot that. That's not normal to some people, but it is to me. So you just use M speed to skip a bunch of the stage. As a Unleashed runner, anything's normal, really. Nah.
what does? I don't know about him. You don't go outside. You don't have to go to the
That part right there is really awkward because of the way the roof is shaped. I missed the moon medal, but it's okay. So we're gonna run into the wall. I went too high, and I'm dead. Okay, that's cool. I wasn't dead yet, but I was stuck, so I might as well be dead. So, I could have gone backward there to get the medal, but it's okay. So, wall running. Yeah, exactly. It's not quite visible, but it's there, I promise. Also, I didn't land where I think I landed, so I have to walk around in the nope. So maybe
around.
that's a new one because I usually know where to go, but I think I landed in near of my familiar places. Sonic Unleashed. So I guess we're not skipping the clock tower. That's cool. So now you get to see the half spawn clock tower. Actually, the clock tower spawn is just the skybox, or everything below me is gone. But yeah, it's a shame I missed the clock tower skip, but you saw what it's meant to look like. I was just meant to go under those stairs, and then I will be back in bounds. But then everything disappeared, and there was an invisible wall. So there's not much you can do to speed that up at all. So this is also kind of confusing if you don't know the stage layout. But thankfully I do, so it's no problem for me. Yeah. Like you just get used to it. So right here we get some more M speed because these chasers are... I was gonna say they're slow, but they're not because they can keep up with you. Kind of impressive, really. Until you fly over them, then they don't know what to do anymore. Or they do. Oh, there they go. So, they are trying. Like, you gotta give it to them. They are trying.
What was that?
That's not meant to happen. Also, I didn't have any boosts. Yeah. It doesn't spawn normally until actually restart the stage, but then it just gets glitched again. That's not MP. Yeah, Xbox, that's the answer. Sometimes it is possible. Sometimes just stuff just decides to behave properly, just not often.
Rip.
It's impressive, really, how they managed to hit me at such a high speed. Yeah. So this is kind of awful. But yeah, if you are using QSS, you can keep your speed from end speed, even though QSS is meant to be slower. Okay, now it is slower because I hit the booster. But yeah, if you just QSS after you land from end speed, you keep that speed. Like, yeah. Like, stuff just happens. Dude, you know I can't play this game normally. I have to go fast. Yeah, okay. I was just thinking if I had to see the professor again, but not this time.
Dr. Dan.
I have to do it after the next stage. Okay, I'm kind of low on medals, so... I'll get an extra moon medal here, and I already get all the sun medals. So I'll get an extra one in Cool Edge Night, which will be later. So this is where we finally get the air boost, which is very useful because an air boost gives you more speed than a normal boost. So if you do an air boost and then use Stomp, you get to keep all that speed and you get speed from the Stomp itself. So it's pretty nice. So you can just instantly get N speed or D speed. So, of course, now Chip needs to tell us how to use the air boost. So, get the medal. And into the stage.
Ready? Go!
Oh, good. So, we slide into that box, and there's a spring in there, and a medal. I'll try to get the next medal as well, but it's really difficult to get. And speed it over it. Yep, this place is based off China, also that's not D-speed. Yeah, it's a really cool looking stage. It's also pretty fun to play, unless you try to go for the IL strats, like their world record strats, because that's just insane. Like, I have tried it. It looks cool. It's not fun to grind out, because it's just so insanely difficult. Like, I can't even explain how you're meant to do it. You just do things happen. Okay, so I'll quickly get this medal. So, on water, the best thing you can do is drifting. Yep. Yeah, because you can't slide on water, you can't QSS, and there are too many turns to do MP, so you just drift. Still pretty damn fast. Well, if you stop running, you'll die, but just keep going fast. Josh Soba and Sonic Adventure 1999 can do that scrap. But rip Sonic Adventure 1999. He was a god before I even knew him. Oh, rip. I was meant to bounce off of that robot and then you can instantly go up here. Metal. Nope.
Rip.
It's fine. There we go. That's meant to happen. I didn't have rings. I didn't notice. And I missed the checkpoint there as well, so I have to go up again. And
Rip down. That works.
I definitely pressed the button. I just want to put it out there. I pressed the button.
I bet you did.
Nope. There. You just boost yourself into that and jump over to the spring. Now, up next is meant to be an interceptor, which is like a big robot that chases you, but sadly it locks your speed at a very low amount, so it's better to skip it. So we just go here, M speed, and there you go. You skip the trigger and you get to stay in full 3D, which is a lot faster. So now you just keep drifting to keep your ring energy and also to go fast. It's okay if you boost into the bombs because they don't decrease your speed. Or even if they do, it's barely at all. So now we go see the professor again, and then we have a day boss, which is almost the same as the previous one. They're all very similar, just like boost and quick step. That's all it is. It's kind of hit him in the face. It's okay. I didn't like him anyway. Let's see, 64 and 48. I think that's decent. I think I'm mostly worried about the sun medals at this point. So you have to talk to him just to go to a stage within the same area. It's kind of silly. But not much you can do about it. Just walk around here. And into this boss, which by the way is the worst boss in this game. It's pretty RNG heavy and it's just frustrating. I think I pretty consistently found a way to get him to not go into 2D, which is the biggest issue I had, but it's still random when he puts up his shield. So if I just QSS a bit at the start, that should put me past the trigger by the time he... Nope, never mind. I didn't hit him. So, right. Okay, it's good. So the reason I didn't want him to be in 2D is because there's a medal right there, which you can get if you're in 2D. Medal, and then. Good. So now I can just focus on killing the boss. But he does have the shield up, which is slightly annoying. I'm out of ring energy. And I went past him. So every time he bounces, he could put up his shield, like he did right there. Sometimes he just puts it up every single time, and it weighs so much. So that's... So that's a 106, that's bad. That metal's terrible, yeah. That's some metal that's like right in between lanes, that's... They just don't want you to get that. There's also a few that look like they're on the lane, and sometimes they are, sometimes not. Like the second moon metal, it's slightly to the right of the lane, so sometimes if you quick step, you're still slightly off. It's stupid.
Basically, it's a way to say get wrecked.
Yeah, this game really likes to wreck you.
And then
Yep. So, now we go to the Professor again, and finally go to Halaska Night Stage, or Cool Edge. And just keep jumping. Jump. So the next night stage is the longest stage in the game. So usually I finish in like 8 minutes, something around there. Sneaky metal up there, which a lot of people forget about. Also, I can do another strength level up, which I would rather do here than in the stage, because this place is less laggy, so it goes by quicker. So with strength level 5, you can 2-cycle the boss after this, if you do it right. The land of the Cool Edge Master. So these enemies are kind of annoying. Hopefully they are gonna be nice, but I think not. Because they can interrupt you while you're pulling all of these switches. Oh hey, he's nice. Cool. Sometimes he does try to attack you and he just straight up misses, even though you're not moving. But yeah, he's a bit of a dick. Small guys are not that bad.
guy's a dick.
Pretty much all of the enemies in this game are dicks because they can block or evade your attacks. This stage has pretty nice music, but you won't hear much of it because of battle theme. So because I just skipped that fight, the battle theme keeps going. You can still hear them make noises in the background. They really want to follow you, but they can't. Set them on fire, and that should take care of itself. Now we wait here, because when they all die, the cutscene starts and they will just drop you straight out of the air. Oh, nice, I landed on that. So you can skip that whole carrying section if you go through walls right next to the door, or into the door if you are feeling ballsy, but I'd never get that to work. Like, my best luck is clipping out of bounds, and then when I try to clip back in, I just died. Right before the checkpoint as well. It's kind of painful. However, if you are far enough, you will just fluke all of the GTWs for some reason. Which, by the way, is go through walls because it's just, you know, an original name. Like, GTW is go through walls, GTF is go through floors, which will happen later, trust me. Actually, it already happened in Moved Up Brown Knight. Usually it kills you though, instead of being an infinite fall. I know. I should not have been stuck there, but alright. Simon, please. I know GTWs are rare to you, but believe me, they exist. that all of them? It is.
Okay.
So that spawns one of these fire enemies, which I use to melt this ice. Even though the door is also pretty icy, it doesn't melt that. But it's okay.
Oh, there's no hook.
Alright. Nope. He grabbed the other one. That's cool. So going up here, there's a meadow up here, but that also skips the spawning some enemies.
Wat is er mis met dat?
That's pretty nice. Because usually going for the meadow actually spawns more enemies. But this time it skips them. Please don't freeze me. Okay, I think I'm out of range. Yep, we're good. Grab this metal. Then spawn these enemies. However, I am not gonna bother fighting them. I just go into Unleash and then I'm accidentally gonna target all of these instead of grabbing things because Sonic Unleash. Now I just hope they don't knock me away. Okay, that's good enough. Now we just skip that fight. In the IL, you can just skip that section entirely because you can grab Snowman, push him over to that part, and then use an uppercut, and then a move to cancel the uppercut so you can grab things again to skip all of that. It is pretty nice. But sadly, you don't get that move until combat level 22, I want to say. And I'm not going to get anywhere near that much experience. Like, the main goal is to just get Missile Punch, which is combat level 14, and then also strength level 5. Like, that's really all I need. And any leftover levels I usually put like a few into Unleash. Maybe health if I'm scared, but usually it's all good. Wow.
Lol, that's green.
That's not a huge loss, but that's still kind of annoying. Ooh, I actually got it during the cutscene. That's the first time I've done that. Yeah. Like, I figured it would be possible, but I never got it. So here on these things, you just quickly turn around to get up quicker. Pretty easy. Looks pretty nice as well. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. Oh, Mario Galaxy. Never mind, I know about that. Nah, I still don't know because I've never played it. Yeah, I kinda missed the Mario part in that. So I'm just gonna get an extra medal up here. So you're meant to push that block, but there's a thing you can stand on. So why bother with the block? No need to stand on that again. Not sure if it would play another cutscene. It might. But usually I don't have to go back, so don't really have any experience with that. Also, it ate my first jump there, so that's why I always spam the button when I try to jump there. For some reason, when you go out of the slide, it doesn't always register. And there is the final sun medal. So now you actually get to hear the music. This game has really nice music. Like, especially the night stages have like very chill, like kind of jazzy music a lot of the time. That's a bit too much. Like, this song is also nice, it's just that you hear it a bit too often. Like, your best bet is to just mute the game sound and then just put on the game OST on YouTube, like a 30 seconds 30 minutes video, or loop it otherwise. So now we're getting to the end of the stage, finally. As I said, this is a really long one. So in there is one of the attack upgrades, so now I'll be dealing some extra damage. And that second hit didn't register. And there's another attack upgrade there, which I need, because otherwise it will run out before I'm done here. I'm just gonna focus on the wizards for now, because they keep spawning. There's like six of them, I think. Or maybe it's just 4. Also, they have a really long despawning animation, which I cancelled because I'm done. So when you knock them down, they just die instantly, as they should. Almost. So that should be like 8 minutes. 7:22. Yeah, it's usually between 7 and 8 minutes. Especially since I had to go back for one of the medals, and I also died, so yeah. Around 7 minutes would be more accurate. So now we get the next boss. Hopefully I can get the 2 cycle, but it's really difficult because you need to deal 1 hit in the air. But if you press the button once, it usually doesn't work. So you have to spam it, but then you deal too much damage to it, so it can be a bit tricky. Also, those snakes are really annoying, especially in the final phase. And I get metal over here. This. Like so. I pressed the button 3 times there, and it didn't do anything. Is that the 2 cycle? Yeah, that's a 2 cycle. Okay, good. But yeah, it's so stupid how you can press the button 3 times and it doesn't do anything. This is why I said these guys are annoying. When you get close to them, they just instantly move away sometimes. And they will keep going back and forth unless you freeze them. Like, right there. No? I swear to God. Okay. He probably would have moved if he didn't die in that 1 hit. Okay, so now that I have all the medals, I need him to do a body slam. Which is meant to happen by just being close to him. There we go. Freeze him and hit the weak spot on his head. There we go. So if you get a 2 cycle, it's not too bad. Also, I'm permanently shielding, not even holding the button anymore. So that's 140. Could be worse. And you can get like a 120 if you get a good 2 cycle. And the IL for that is like 20 seconds or something, because max strength and shenanigans. It's been a while since I did it, but yeah. Indeed, piece by piece. Speaking of IL strats, the IL strat for Dark-Eye Phoenix is also kind of ridiculous. Since you have max level strength and you will have Missile Punch, you can just do all of his 3 cycles in a single hit. So all you have to do is wait for all the bars to deplete and then it just ends after 1 hit. It's kind of silly. 80 and... is that enough? Might be. Usually I have my split to see my medal counts, but now I just have to kind of think about how many I missed. And how many I got to make up for. So, that's the final time we go into this lab. Because now we are moving to Shamar. And then we have to do the same thing again. But first, cutscenes. And the best part about the cutscenes is that it takes forever to skip them. Okay, not that one. Usually it takes forever to skip them. Like right there, the game has to save that you skipped the cutscene. Don't ask me why. Because I have no idea. So even on the cutscenes, the 360 saves time. Just because the saving is instant. I'll get some more medals here. I'll get this one here as well. I usually don't, but I think I'm a bit low. So now we have a different lab, but it basically does the same thing. So now we have access to Arid Sands and Skyscraper Scamper. And also Adabat is after that. But first, Arid Sands Day. Can I get there? Nope. At a bad angle. The walls there are not solid. You can just go into them and it's kind of silly. That's all. So, right there are the light dash shoes.
Go!
Oh, I actually went in there. Cool. Yeah, light dash up there. Easy. Get the medal. And into the stage. So there are two big skips in this stage. I will only be doing one of them. Because the other one misses a moon medal and a sun medal. Which is a bit too much considering how much time it saves.
Go!
Go fast. That one is really unpredictable as well. Because the light dash in this game is not very well programmed. Sometimes it just sends you flying. Right in that path. Oh yeah, funny thing, on Xbox 360 there are more boxes in there. I'm not sure why, there are just more boxes. And at the end of the stage as well. Okay, it's the Havoc engine. Sick. I'll say, here you can do a 3D and 2D, but I'm not gonna go for that, because it doesn't save a huge amount of time. Get this in the middle. Like, if you just take the top path, that's barely waste time. And there's the rest. However, here I am gonna go for the 3D Institute. Nope, never mind. I didn't get homing attack. We're doing this. Should I try to go for the break jump glitch on the rail? There's many reasons why not. I don't think I care enough. Ghost mode, I think. Whoa. Okay, that was actually good, surprisingly. So that's where you're also kind of meant to land if you get the 3D and 2D. So, that was a good choice. Was I that ever well programmed? Not really, nah. light dash in every Sonic game is pretty wonky.
どんなもんだい
Like in Shadow the Hedgehog, I've also seen a clip of someone just being permanently light dashing in place. Like it's just a soft lock. Oh no, crash?
That's
Nope.
about right.
Okay, so now we go to Empire City. Which is based off of America, if it's not obvious enough.
Obviously made by American.
I pressed it too early. I was meant to go here at night. It was like right on the edge. Also, this place is the laggiest area of the game, and there's nothing here.
It's just like America.
Like, look at this frame rate. It's beautiful. Indeed. And of course, he is a really good rapper. He is that big.
Obligatory black man in America. You have to put him there otherwise you're racist. Even though that's kind of racist.
Yeah, this game is very stereotypical. Oh yeah, that one's light shining.
Both of them are, because they're both enabled.
Oh, that one seems brighter. The right one seems brighter. For some reason.
It's more English.
Fair enough. So this stage has one really stupid trick. And you'll notice when I get there. Also, this stage... You know what, this stage is just the worst, because it has a lot of stupid stuff. Like, this right here is still fine, but it gets bad. That also happens. Okay, got the top one. So, right here, there's a weird visual glitch that happens sometimes. Well, it happens pretty consistently, actually. It'll happen as soon as I grab the ledge and jump from it. So, not here yet. But right there. Not sure why that happens. Not even sure what it looks like because I never paused on that frame. Also, there's nothing behind me though. That's the thing. It happens also earlier on the ledge. It's not that. Maybe it just turns 180 degrees and it's inside of the building. I don't know. And that's also possible. And also, it gets closer to the Saw sound because it's like you can actually hear it sometimes. Yeah, probably that, but yeah, let's just go on. I'm gonna kill these enemies because there's probably... God damn it, he's blocking. But yeah, usually I don't get this trick first try, so they will just body me. Hey, look at that first... No, almost. That looks so close, dude. That should have been it. No, not. Yeah. Like, even if you just spam the button, you get a different amount of height every time. Like, it looks consistent now, but it's never high enough. Yeah. Sometimes that just takes forever. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's why I kill the enemies, otherwise I would get bodied here. If I enter here at like a third of the health. Because I never upgrade that. Not really worth it. So yeah, those spiked beams there's gonna be more of them, and they are an absolute nightmare to deal with. Because even if you land on it, if you land on the side of it, you just get damaged and you fall down helplessly. It's just the worst. Took a while before he saw that fall there. So there's a Titan here. If he does his ground pound, he can just send you over the edge of the roof. Ow. That's a big hitbox. So you really want to block this, otherwise it's pretty much an instant kill. So again, killing him with a QTE to get extra experience. Now to 12 levels again. I'm gonna need like 30 something to get combat to level 14. Actually, there's an entire level based around carrying those things around. Dragon Road 2, it's awful.
The way he walks with the bomb.
That's what I mean. It's,
No.
you have to be so precise about those
Well, at
jumps.
least you didn't hit the target. I mean,
I'm still dead.
you didn't see any damage.
Ooh, that was really close. Maybe it didn't look like it, but that was like right on the edge. Any closer and I would have just taken damage. Oh, there's also a funny thing that happens. In one of the missions, Death Pig is standing on one of those spike beams. If you complete the mission right on the side of the spikes, you can like be stuck in an infinite fall pretty much. And you just keep taking damage over and over because you're on the spikes. Except you don't die, because the mission is technically cleared. It's just waiting for you to land on solid ground again, but that never happens. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, let's just go from those.
It's right after a checkpoint, it's alright. Otherwise I would be a lot more careful about it.
Just go with you.
Although I did die before, so I don't have my unleash for the final Titan of the level, so that's kind of annoying. So killing him is gonna take a bit longer. So thankfully there is also an attack upgrade there, so it's not terrible. The attack upgrade is inside of this thing. Yeah, it's alright. He's just standing there. I'm okay with this. False buffering is still fucking it up. I'm amazing. They are very difficult. Okay, if you try to QT a Titan with a decent amount of health, you have very little time to make it. That right there was actually not too bad. I could have done it without buffering, but I just don't really want to take the risk. Just because I want to press the buttons. So right there I could do an extra level on strength, but then I don't get Missile Punch, which is a lot more useful. It allows me to just wreck the second final boss. So next up we have... should be Adabat Knight. Now back to Shamar.
You need
So after we see the professor, we can go to Empire City Day, Adabat Nights, or we can go to Shamar Nights, but that one requires 80 moon medals, which I don't have yet, so I need to do the other stages first. So just walk all the way over here, just for a medal. Kind of a waste, but I really need it. And another one here. And the final one over here in this very secret hideout. And yes, it is a hideout because, well, that's at least that's what Yasmin calls it. Very well hidden. Yeah, you can walk before the load screen even goes away, but you walk way too far. 98 medals here. Slightly worried, but I think it'll be okay. So, first off we go to Adabat. So the day stage in this place is really nice, really pretty, but the frame rate just dies. Yeah, okay. Kind of zoned out for a moment there, didn't realize I got both them. But yeah, this place just has a lot of water and it just takes a toll on the PS3. Also on 360, just not quite as much. So I'm leaving one sun medal down there, just in case I need it. Because if I get it now and I end up having too many, I just wasted time. Okay, I'm on. So in the IL, you skip most of the stage with the Unleash Flying combo, but you get that at level 31 combat. So yeah, can't really do that now. Also I need the medals, so yeah. I would be skipping way too much. IL strat is just you go straight forward here, and there's an Unleash ball right there that just fills your entire meter. You start your Unleash, you start the combo, and you get on top of a rock to make sure you go over the edge, because when you're attacking they don't allow you to go over ledges, just to prevent you from dying that way, because that would be kind of silly. Yeah, if you just go up onto the rock and then do it, you just fly all the way over to the final part of the stage. So, yeah, usually I do that fight before pressing the button, but it really doesn't matter. So that's 2 sun medals. No effort at all. So it's gonna be 2 more waves that I need. 2 of these guys and then 2 dark purple ones. And they are gonna be right about here. That one's dead. And that one is as well. You can jump around that battle wall. It's just really, really precise. So I don't really want to risk it. So now launch yourselves over to this island. Metal right here, and in that shell is another attack upgrade, which I will need for this Titan. I mean, I don't really need it because it's pretty harmless, but yeah, just save some fun. That's pretty fun. It's all good. There's different types of Titans. That one is really harmless. Also, that uppercut was meant to hit it already. Like that. Get that experience. Level 19. Just need a bit more. And if you get caught in the waterfall, you will just get pushed down. There's a bit of time before they actually activate after you see them, so sometimes it's still safe to go, but usually you don't want to risk it too much. There's a medal up here, and then you're meant to carry that stone from the little islands over to the pillar thingy. I don't even know what to call it, but yeah. That's meant to open up a hook that allows you to get up there, but you can jump up there really easily. And this Titan right here is like the strongest in the game. And that's also pretty slow, that's 94. .24 levels. That's getting pretty close. So the medals in this stage are really easy to get and they don't waste too much time, so I get almost all of them. There's also a sun medal up here, which I'm gonna get just in case. Usually I would skip this one, but not too confident about my medal count. And there we go. That's still sub 4 minutes, thankfully. Actually, I think maybe I have enough levels. No, not quite. Not yet. Because right now they cost 2 levels per bar. 2 bars per level, I mean. But they go up to 3 after level 10. So I'm gonna need a few more. Which is fine, because we have some time left. Also, I only need 2 more moon medals. That's cool. And then yeah, I'm good on medals. Definitely. So if I just get... If I don't talk to this guy... If I just get the ones in town, I can skip... Actually, there's one unskippable, so... I'll just go into the stage. And then I don't have to worry about moon medals anymore. Dang. I wanted to launch myself off the stairs, but I guess at this point I might as well climb up here. Or I could just miss the thing. Depth perception is difficult. You can also get stuck under those things. Boing. So yeah, no need to worry about medals anymore. I'm just gonna get a few in Aratan's Knights, and then during the Dark Guardian fight, and then I'll be good.
Ready? Go!
Ah, I wanted to go for the IL strat, but I got stopped by the thing. That's alright.
Ready? Go!
I'll give it one more try. Actually, that's not even like the world record IL strat, it's just like an intermediate strat.
Ready? Go!
I'll just do it the normal way. And we have a moon medal right here, so that puts us at 80. And of course I gotta go for that strat. It's useless, but you know. I mean, it saves a little bit of time, it's just not really worth it, like, because sometimes, even though you quick step, you are not far enough to the right. Should I go for 3D and 2D? No, never mind. If I landed up there, I would try it, but not now. Didn't get my jump, 2D speed. So that's a few seconds away, so. A few seconds, I think. Ah, a bit more. I'm still getting more medals because that's just how I run the stage. So here we have an Interceptor, which we skipped in Dragon Road. But that's a funny thing about Interceptors, that they mess with your physics even after they leave. So now he's gone, but I still have what's called Chaser Glitch, and that does a few things. Most notably, it makes you keep your speed a lot better in the air, so you jump a lot further. But that also negatively affects end speed. It takes longer before you get up to a high speed. So it's a bit of a trade-off, but it does allow you to do some nice shortcuts. Like, if you look at my speedometer, when I jump here, it's gonna stay pretty much full for quite a while. And normally that would deplete almost instantly. So that's the effect of Chaser Glitch. It's used in a few ILs. And just kill these final 5 robots. And there we go. So next up we have Eretsan's Knight, and then we have one more boss, and then we have another stage, and then then starts the struggle, because Eggman lands. If you played this game before, you'll know about Eggman lands.
Or if you watch it before, you know about
That as well. But you have to feel the struggle. Like, it's quite something. Okay, so I'll get 5 medals in the stage, and then I'll get 2 at the boss. Probably. Oh yeah, and they just kind of didn't put the floor here. So that's also a thing. Yep. Like, it connects the 2 exits, it's just, I don't know. No effort. Also, I forgot I had to be at night time.
I was getting these guys.
Like, I was waiting for the cutscene to stop me, like it does when you first enter a day. But that doesn't happen, of course. So this stage is a pain. We skipped most of it, thankfully. In this stage there are fire wizards, and if they set you on fire, they interrupt you and they just deal damage over time, and it's not very pleasant. So we skip some of it, thankfully, by going into this wall, hopefully, or the railing. That's why I go onto the railing, because if I didn't, then I would have died there by going through the floor. That skips the first 2 rooms, I believe. And stuff is still kind of spawning in there. Despawning, then spawning back in. You know, makes sense. And there's the fire wizard down there. Hopefully we won't have to bother with him, but it kind of depends on how well the go through walls goes. Because if I get stuck on it, then he might get too close to me. Boxes are stupid. Okay, that should be number 4. Yep. Okay, into this wall before the wizard gets to me, please. Please. No? You're just not gonna... Okay. Well, right. I do wanna keep trying this. I just have to stay away from it. There we go. Okay, I'm inside of the wall now. I should be able to get through. Yeah. Sometimes you just kind of peek through the wall and the cutscene starts, but you're not actually through. At that point, you can't go into the door anymore for some reason. So then you just have to go into the wall next to it because, why not? Plenty of walls. And again, I have to knock down these wizards because they take forever to die otherwise. And you're meant to push the blocks over here to grab onto this hook, but you know, we have barrels, we don't need boxes. Also, please don't die here. I would really appreciate that. Okay, you knocked back the wizard, that's fine. And he healed him, but I can still heal him. I really don't want to risk this one. There we go, 29 level. So now we just gotta find an area that's not laggy, and I'll do my level ups.
Oh, poster go in the front. I've never seen that before.
So basically I'm gonna go to the boss room and then just look at the walls, I guess. Yeah, like lag reduction strats in a modern PS3 game, no. Not very common, but yeah, it's normal in this game. Because normally this just takes forever if you try to do it inside of the stage. But now it's nice and fast. Just two more. The combat level 12 and 14 are the ones that give you the good stuff. Level 12 is the spinning needle attack, which makes you move faster and it also deals a pretty nice amount of damage. And 14 is the missile punch, which I need for the boss after the next one. I can also use it on this guy, but not really how you are meant to deal damage to him. Let me see, I got 6 medals in this thing, so I need only 2 of them, I think. So now push this small box over here. That will block the gates from coming back up. They should fit through there, and then I can... Nope, never mind. I lied, I pushed this one too far. To the left. Don't do it. Oh yeah, you can push the block while you're on top of the block, because physics. Let's see. Nah, never mind. Don't do it. And I'm not gonna push it all the way yet. Because when you push it all the way, the cycles start going faster. And he also gets a bit more aggressive. And there's more minions, and hey, get away from that. The minions are probably the most annoying part about this boss. Because you constantly have to keep an eye on them. And sometimes they're just really annoying, sometimes they go after you and that's fine. How did that... Okay. Get the metal. Put this one all the way. Now this guy is doing the worst thing, is pushing it against the gate. And now the boss is super powered, so he's gonna start a QTE when I get close to him, which puts me back away from the box, but it's alright because the box is on top of the gate, so I can't get screwed over by that again. So that's how you deal damage to him, because just damaging him, he just heals himself right back up. 2 QTEs. Usually I only get one of them. And I could even get a third still, but hopefully not. So you could say, why are you not going around it? Well, that's why. It's better to just wait for the gates. Okay, now I wanna have him inside, but not close enough that they will start the QTE immediately. Okay, cool. That could have been worse, but that was still bad. This boss is just a massive pain. And I'm still getting S rank because